Good evening, Ohio. It's James Ernest of the Grueling Truth Radio Network here with GM of SWE Fury, Teddy Long. Thank you, Teddy.
Hey, what's going on, man? What an honor it is to be here on your show. And you got to also throw it in there that I'm a WWE Hall of Famer, too.
Oh, of course. I was going to say we can't forget that, but I'm focusing on SWE today. I want to know all about it. So as much as I love asking you about Ice Train or Doom or John Cena, I'm all about SWE today because we're starting a new partnership with them, and we are wanting to get the good word out for you guys.
Right. Well, hey, man, I'm here to talk about SWE. My thing is, I just don't want to be disrespectful to anybody because, WWE is, the reason I'm where I am today. So, we just want to let everybody know that, everybody's good.
That's true. Oh, definitely. Yeah, I was going to say you've had an amazing career with them, and the way I understand it, still doing things today.
Yeah, I had a chance to go visit them this past Saturday. This past Friday night on SmackDown. We had a little segment with JBL and Ron, and it was kind of funny, and I thought it was good.
Nice. I was going to say, I'm sure it's always good. Well, actually, I would say getting in touch with the guys again, but you probably stay in touch all the time.
Right. Well, like I said, man, let's get down to business. Let's talk about SWE Fury. I'm just, proud to be a part of that organization, and I want to tell you, how it started. A lot of times, first with my status, they would think that SWE got in touch with me. Well, that's not true. I got in touch with them. And when I saw this show, I was just pulling up on YouTube, and I had a chance to look at it, and it kind of took me back to the old school days, and it was just, kind of perfect for an indie show. You know what I mean? They were so organized, and it kind of caught my eye. And then I saw Rodney Mack and Jazz, two people that I had the opportunity to manage back in WWE. And I saw that they were involved with them. So I said, well, these, may be some good people. So I got in touch with Jazz and Rodney, and they put me in touch with these guys. And I'm just happy to be a part of it. Tom Lance, James Beard, some great guys that are running that company over there. And, man, you'll be amazed at the morale. Everybody's happy, they're glad to see each other, locker rooms are with good morale, and it's just a fun place to work.
Yeah, I was going to say, you mentioned two things there that are huge. The fact that it's well organized and the fact that there's good morale, because I understand in a lot of wrestling companies that is not always the case.
Well, yeah, I had a chance to be a part of that. I've been in locker rooms where guys, they were there, but they didn't want to be there, you know what I mean? So, they're just there, because they knew that was their job, and, they had to pay their bills, and they just wanted to collect their paycheck. But it's not all about that, you need to be happy in the workplace. If you're working for somebody, then you can do a much better job if you're happy. You can't do a good job if you're angry. So, it's just always good to, get along and have a great time, and that's what we're doing in SWE.
Excellent. Yeah, I was going to say, I understand there's a lot of passion, a lot of dedication, and like you said, a lot of professionals that are working with SWE.
Well, we got, Tim Storm. I'm pretty sure everybody's familiar with him. He's a former NWA World Heavyweight Champion, and right now he's the SWE World Heavyweight Champion. Storm's been around the business for a long time, and he's great for the young talent. They sit down and they listen to him, because he's going to tell them the truth, and he's going to tell them right. And, we've had the Boogeyman to come in, and do a lot of stuff for us. The show that's coming up on November 7th in San Antonio, we're going to have the Taskmaster. I'm sure you're familiar with him, Kevin Sullivan. He's going to make a special appearance there. And also, you're going to see all about the SWE superstars. We got Moonshine Mantell will definitely be in the building. And we're going to hold a big ceremony for Jazz. We were speaking about her earlier. Well, Jazz is retiring from professional wrestling. And so we felt like we needed to honor her, so we're going to have a big celebration for Jazz, and we're going to do that, and, I can imagine how good that's going to be.
Definitely. On one hand, I agree with you 100%. Jazz has had an amazing career. She's an amazing athlete, great person. We've had her on the show before. She definitely deserves to be honored, but it is professional wrestling, and the word retire, it's hard to imagine.
Well, you take a competitor like Jazz that's been in the business for a long time, dedicated to, the majority of her life for professional wrestling. That's kind of hard to get out of your blood. And, I can give you a perfect example. You see people, like Kurt Angle, guy that, got a neck injury, and, if he landed wrong, it could probably be his last time. But, he just couldn't stop. He just kept on going. So he took
plus, the nice thing is, she's still going to be down there at, I believe, the Dog Pound Dojo.
Well, yeah, that's the wrestling camp. We're gonna also. I want to let everybody know too that on November 7th, that Saturday morning, we're going to have a pro wrestling camp. And if you want to, come down and interested in learning how to be a professional wrestler, we got people that are going to train you how to be a referee, wrestler, manager, or whatever, commentator, or whatever you think you want to do in this business. Then we have the people on hand that's going to train you how to do that. So Saturday morning, November the 7th, right there at the Limit Sports Academy in San Antonio, Texas, there's going to be a pro wrestling camp. And that camp is going to start that morning, I'd say around maybe 9 o'clock. So, be sure if you're interested in getting in this business, making a name for yourself, and want to be a part of SWE, then come on down and get involved in this camp.
Now, you mentioned the world champ, or the heavyweight champ, Tim Storm. Who are your other champs?
Well, we have Miranda Gordy. She's the daughter of the late Terry Gordy, which was a part of the Freebirds. And Miranda Gordy is his daughter, and she is the SWE Women's Champion. She defeated Jazz. And also, we've got the Tag Team Champions, Perfect Enemy, and Rodney Mack is a part of that. And also, my man, Niles Plunk. Niles Plunk is the SWE Television Champion.
Excellent. So it sounds like you've got a stacked roster when it comes to champions. Tell us a little bit more about the tag champs.
Okay, well, the tag champs are great. I mean, they've been defending their titles, putting them on the line at every television, every TV taping. We haven't had anybody yet to defeat them, but we are bringing in tag team from all over the world. We are going to be having the Road Warrior Invitational Tag Team Tournament. So that's going to be starting, and probably, we're going to get some good competitors and good tag teams to come in for that. But our champions, the Perfect Enemy, right now, they're undefeated, and so we just, rolling right along. And speaking of people, let me talk about Brett McKenzie. I'm pretty sure everybody's familiar with Brett McKenzie. He has been trying to get a shot at Tim Storm for the World Heavyweight Championship, but he claims that I am stopping him or blocking him from getting that opportunity. But we'll talk about that as the days and months go on. But Brett McKenzie will definitely be in the building. And also, we have a former WWE Tag Team Champion, Charlie Haas. Charlie Haas will be making a personal appearance at SWE on November 7th.
Wow, so it sounds like some great talent there. Now, when we're not talking about the wrestlers, tell us about some of the outside the ring people that do an important role, like yourself.
Well, basically, we have the Title Match Network people. They're outside the ring. They're coming in. They do a great job of taping our events. We have a great production crew that come in and do our stuff. DJ Tony Snow is one of the guys that takes care of our music for us. Randy Klein, he's in charge of production. So we got a lot of great people that do a lot of outside work also.
Oh, and your announcers.
Well, we got Rob Malden right there. He's in there, and we had a guy that we brought in. God, I'm trying to think of his name. Paul Eubanks. That's it. So Paul Eubanks, a great announcer that was one time with Gulf Coast Wrestling back in the day, and so he came in for us, and he's doing a great job.
Oh, yeah, Paul's great. Recently had him on the show. Heck, he recently he recently was in a movie with Jamie Foxx.
Yeah. I think they filmed that in New Orleans.
Yep, that was down there. Yeah, that was a good one. So definitely for those people on Netflix, check that out. It's a great movie. Now, you mentioned the Road Warrior Invitational. Unfortunately, Road Warrior Animal, Mr. Laurinaitis recently passed. Tell us about the impact that he had on SWE Fury and professional wrestling in general.
Well, we were just getting ready to get started. Animal came in, at first, his role was to be my assistant, if I had any problems, he was there, to watch my back. But my thing, I let the promoters of SWE know that, we got Road Warrior Animal here. This guy can do a lot more for us than just be my assistant. So we talked about it. We were going to have him be in charge of the Road Warrior Invitational Tag Team Tournament. That was going to be his baby. He was going to run that and make sure everything was done correctly on that. And plus, I thought about him maybe, once we did, get new tag team champions, or once the tournament was over, I felt that he would be a great manager for a tag team, because him and Road Warrior Hawk would chat for a long time, man. And he's a lot of experience and got a lot of knowledge about being, tag team. So I wanted to, also put that in there, So we had a lot of plans for him, man. It's just, what I mean, it's God's work, so there's nothing we can do about it. But he certainly was going to make a big impact, and he did make an impact coming in, and he's certainly going to be missed.
Definitely. You mentioned about him possibly being a manager. Again, I know at one point he used to manage the War Kings, and you have at least one of the War Kings on the roster. You have Jax.
Yeah, we got Jax there, and certainly we're happy to have him. He came in and made an appearance at our last TV, and he had the opportunity to wrestle Tim Storm for the World Heavyweight Championship, and I don't know, some type of way, he didn't want that. He wanted. I guess there's bad blood between him and Tim Storm from maybe back in the day, but, he has some score that he wants to settle with Tim, so he gave up his opportunity to wrestle for the championship because he just wanted Tim Storm one-on-one. So that feud right there is not going to end. There's certainly a story there and something is going on there, and I definitely will be getting to the bottom of that, and I'll be letting you know more about that in the future.
Definitely, we appreciate that because I think that, Jax has got a huge future in professional wrestling. I mean, he definitely should be a champion, will be a champion in the future with his immense talent. Some of the other...
And my thing is this too, like I said, I didn't follow what happened, in the past with him and Tim Storm, but evidently, it really must be something really heavy because for him to turn down a title shot, it's the first time I've ever seen anybody turn down the opportunity to wrestle for the world, championship. So anytime a guy would forfeit that and just want Tim one-on-one, then there's that tells me there's a lot of bad blood right there. So I'm interested to find out what's really going on.
Exactly. I agree with you. I was going to say that's got to be something major. Some of the other members of the roster, of course, you have Andrew Anderson. Tell us about the Reinforcer.
Well, the Reinforcer, Andrew Anderson, a great competitor. As you all, if you watched our last TV, you could show, he really destroyed Action Jackson. And his comments were to me this past week, when he's coming in, he wanted everybody to know, what he did to Action Jackson. And he says he's going to continue that. He's going to keep that streak going, that anybody that steps into the ring with him, they're going to get the exact same thing that Action Jackson got. So Andrew Anderson, the Reinforcer, this is a tough guy. He's been around, he's known, and, he ain't nothing to play with.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, he's another one that's known for his movies and his commercials. He's done a wide variety of things in the industry for a long time, and like you said, he is a very tough and dangerous man.
Yes.
So, you mentioned the Road Warrior Invitational. Do you already have the... I'm not going to ask you who are the teams, because I know that's a secret, but do you already have the teams in mind, or were you still able to send in recommendations?
Well, they're able to, like I said, we're not really basically not trying to keep it a secret, but we're kind of working on it. And when we get it, really resolved, then we're going to start, throwing the names out there and let you know who's going to be coming in. Because, I feel like if we let you know the tag teams that will be coming in, that may be a tag team that you may like. And so you might want to come see them.
Oh, so definitely.
We're working on that right now. We're going to make the final decision, and we're not going to keep it a secret. When we get this thing resolved, we're going to let people know which tag teams are going to be coming in. And right now, it's open. We're taking applications or whatever you want to call it, or phone calls or whatever. Anybody interested in coming in, to compete. We're waiting on them. So we're getting phone calls and stuff each and every day. And I tell you one thing, man. And I'm not, just saying something, but SWE is really taking off, man. We are getting phone calls off the hook. Everybody wants to be a part of it, man. And so, like I said, we're going to have one of the greatest television shows in the country.
Exactly. It's got a bright future. It's going in the right direction. Like you said, it's more of the classic traditional wrestling. And when you think of classic traditional wrestling, I got a team in mind. The Koloffs, their dynasty, they have really impressed me. I think somebody like that would be an interesting matchup for your other roster members.
Well, like I said, the invitation is open. Okay, so if the Koloffs are interested, then we want to take a look at them. We want to see if if they want to come in, then we'll bring them in and we'll see what they got. But like I said, we're gonna screen everybody real closely. And the tag teams that we're going to be bringing in, brother, are going to be some tough guys. We ain't bringing in nobody that's going to be no pushover. So any tag teams that step into that ring to compete against each other, they're going to have a fight on their hands.
So we've covered the men's division mostly. Jazz was the former champ. Gordy's the new champ. Who are the other members of the women's division?
Excuse me. We're gonna also have Thunder Rosa. She's gonna be coming in doing some stuff for us. You know what I mean? Not full time, but every once in a while she'll be coming in. Also, we got this lady named the Negro. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. She's gonna be a part of our women's division. And so, like I said, with that women's division too, we still are getting women, calling us to come in. And right now we don't have all the names of everybody, but there are, like I said, Thunder Rosa, the Negro, she's going to be coming, and we got some more that's going to be coming in for this TV right here. I just don't have that list in front of me, but we have a lot of great women with a lot of great talent that are going to be coming in for that division.
Who's that one with the pink hair? I remember seeing her on your website. I was smitten by her, yeah.
I think she was the girl that came in from Japan, I believe. Mm-hmm. And I can't pronounce her name right now.
It's all good.
Yeah, man. Hey, man, these people are calling me. I'm getting names out of the woodwork here. So it's just a list that goes on and on here. So that's why we're still trying to resolve everything so we can get the right names and stuff out there. But all they got to do is go to our website at swfury.com and pull that up, and you can see all the women that are going to be coming in, and you know exactly who they are.
Yeah, last one I want to ask you before letting you go. Now, you mentioned Kevin Sullivan's coming in on the 7th. Is this a good thing? Is this something you're looking forward to? Or is he someone you're going to have to watch out for? Because he has done some things in the past, and he might do some things with some of your young talent that I don't know if it's the right thing.
Well, my thing, we wanted to let people know about what Kevin Sullivan. Kevin Sullivan, I broke in on the Kevin Sullivan. When I first broke in the wrestling business, I broke in on the Kevin. Kevin Sullivan has one of the greatest minds in professional wrestling. I broke into him on another guy named Hot Stuff Eddie Gilbert, which definitely had a great mind for this business. So I was glad to break in on those two because I learned a lot. So my thing with Kevin Sullivan is I talked to the promoters of SWE, Tom and James, and I said, we need to bring Kevin Sullivan in to help us with ideas and help us with talent, and help us, with our on our writing team. Because a lot of people, they didn't give Kevin credit, but Kevin was the creator of the NWO, and you know how that took off. I was right down with him, and so my thing is this: Kevin Sullivan has a great mind, and I feel that there's still some good storylines inside Kevin's brain. And my thing was to bring Kevin in and put him back there with me and the writers and the booking staff, and let's get some storylines together. So that's what Kevin's job is going to be in SWE. I don't think Kevin wants any more the ring time. We've had our day. We've had a great run. So let's try to help these young kids out now, and let's build out, some stars for SWE and make SWE number one.
Awesome. That makes a lot more sense, because originally when I heard his name out there, I'm like, oh my gosh, is he going to form some type of stable with Andrew Anderson and some of the other guys and start just beating up the members of the SWE Fury roster?
Well, I'll say this. You never know. You know what I mean? What may happen in this business, It may get interesting. Kevin may get involved. We don't know that yet. We'll just have to wait and see.
Excellent. Well, Teddy, we've appreciated having you on the show. We definitely want to know more about SWE Fury in the future. So before we let you go, we want you to give out those social medias. We want to give out the places that we can watch it, what streaming services, all that good stuff that you got for us.
Well, SWE, you can pull us up on YouTube, and we're on the Title Match Network. We're on the CW Network, the TV stations that I don't have them on hand, but what I'll do, I'll have Tom Lance to get right back in touch with you, and he'll give you all the information where SWE is on TV, where people can see it. And like I said, if you want to follow us, you can go to swfury.com. My Twitter is @TeddyPlayerLong. Facebook is TeddyLong.com. So you can follow me there, and you can get all the information on SWE. And like I said, swfury.com is where you need to go, and you can get everything you need.
Excellent. Thank you, Teddy.
And don't forget, November 7th, this coming Saturday at the Limit Sports Academy. Big TV taping right there. Ceremony for Jazz, Tim Storm, Niles Plump, Miranda Gordy, Charlie Haas, Brett McKenzie, the SW Tag Team Champions. Everybody will be on hand there. And don't forget that Saturday morning wrestling camp. We'll have that started real early for you.
Excellent. SWE is a must-watch.
Yes, it is.